My next guest has 5 credit card hacks just for you, but warning, the vegetarians may not like this one. Rondi Lambeth, he joins me now. Good to see you.
Good to see you so much.
Yeah, so listen, we've kind of talked about this a little bit before, but it's such a good reminder for our viewers, so help us out.
Yeah, it was April 2006. I received a voicemail from my mother that had told me that my little brother, who was a firefighter in Oregon, had been involved in an accident. And when I called her back, I was recently retired fireman. I called her back knowing how serious it could be. And I found out that he had shot and killed himself. And he, like millions of other Americans, suffered with credit card problems, debt problems, student loan, financial problems. Look at Charlie Sheen, Nicolas Cage, Johnny Depp had financial problems. And then look at Anthony Bourdain, and Kate Spade. They just couldn't handle it. And I think my brother was like millions of other Americans, that he felt the only way out was to end his life, to get out of that debt. And according to Money Magazine, anybody that has less than a 740 credit score, the average American with less than 740 credit score, loses $300 a month due to either higher interest rates, higher car insurance premiums, or the lack or missed opportunity because their credit's not where it needs to be, because 70% of employers now check your credit. So it's a big deal. And so I have 5 hacks that can save you $300 every month. Now, $300 is a lot of money for people. And just to demonstrate what happens when you lose the $300, I want you to rip those in half.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Just rip them up. You just lost $300. Come on. It hurts.
Make it rain.
Right? So by not doing this, it's going to cost you money. So the number one thing that you got to do is stop using the debit card.
Yeah.
When you use a debit card, you give access to the world to your checking account. 67% of Americans are paycheck to paycheck, and 50 million debit cards were replaced last year due to fraud.
Okay, right.
And so if you can't go more than a couple weeks without money, you could literally lose all of your money for 6 weeks to get it back, because it's not covered under Visa, MasterCard, and Discover. Instead, what you want to do is you want to get at least 3 credit cards. And the reason you want the 3 credit cards is FICO has figured out since 1956 that people with 3 credit cards or more are more likely to pay their bills on time versus someone with 1 credit card or no credit card. So they give you more points. The third thing you want to do is you never want to do this, Casey.
That's like a dozen.
When you do this and you lose this or you get stolen, not only is it going to consume hours and hours of your time, but they're going to close all these accounts. They're going to report them as lost or stolen, which is going to lower your credit score.
Okay.
All right. The next thing you want to do is never go over 10%. Now, I know math is hard for people, and that's why on the bottom of your receipt at the restaurant, they tell you how much 18 and 20% is.
We're not that smart.
Never go over 10%, whether it's 1 card or all the cards. Keep it under 10. If you'd like to get the points, pay it off early and pay it off often. And the last thing, that if you're really just struggling, like 58% of American households don't pay their credit card off in a month. It's billions of dollars in interest a year for the banks. You need to go to the grocery store and get yourself some hamburger.
And you say you have folks that do this.
I have folks that do this. And you put your credit cards in there. And what you want to do with this is you just want to make a credit card meatball. And by making this meatball
in the freezer,
and placing this in the freezer, it's going to prevent you from making those spur-of-the-moment purchases. And I know as a mom, you're sleep deprived, and the marketers know this, and that's why they run all their infomercials at night. So that's going to prevent you, plus it's going to help you if there's ever an emergency, you can get your credit cards back.
Hack it out of there.
Yeah.
Spaghetti that night. Okay. You're also giving away your book. Go online, RondiLambeth.com, enter the promo code New Mexico, and you will get a free copy. Thank you so much. I'm not even going to shake your hand on this one. It's an elbow. It's an elbow.
There you go.